Hey, John Rule. Well, they haven't worked on our trail at Pinnacle Prairie. You can see there's a sign says it's closed to the public.
Right.
And certainly not a good place to drive or walk or on your bicycle and so forth.
Right. It's a wetland.
And here's one of the native wildflowers. And it's plentiful right now, big patches of this stuff. Okay, you can see a dragonfly with a blue tail, but it's a sort of fat blue tail, and we'll see another one that's got a skinny blue tail.
Right.
And there's a climbing milkweed in my neighbor's yard, and he was showing me things that obviously were milkweed.
This is a tiny moth.
Yeah, and those things live in drains. They're so tiny, you're
like a fingernail size.
Little fingernail size.
They are tiny.
That's cropped really big to show it. Seen them in the past.
And that was a coneflower.
It was. And here's Joe Woolbright that works on prairie preservation in Arkansas, out around Siloam Springs.
Right.
And here's they're at a meeting of the Fayetteville Natural Heritage Association, and you can see people that you may recognize if we had time to look at all of them. But anyway, Theo Witzel is doing that program. He drove up from Little Rock. He's with the Arkansas Natural Heritage Commission, and he's the top biologist. There he is in the black shirt, and then sitting over to our right is
90-year-old professor.
That's the best professor they had for many, many, many years. Past 90 there. I think he quit teaching last year.
Right. There's another blue tail.
Yeah, and it's up on a car antenna.
A car antenna.
This
is purple.
Purple milkweed.
Purple milkweed.
And they're, on their last week probably. I mean, I may get some new ones for next week, but after that, they're going to be gone, I'm sure. Everything's drying up. It takes a lot of water to keep them holding together for as long as they can. And here's a different patch of climbing milkweed.
Okay.
And it may actually be a different species. There's slight variations in them. And now this, you can see it's going downhill. Bugs have been eating on these, but
what kind is that? Is that the common?
Yeah, that's common milkweed.
Syriaca.
And you can see that it's got a lot of bugs working on it.
No, they love it.
Spot to, well, they're not all fully in bloom in this patch.
No, they're working it anyway.
But see, if you see little white dots under the bottom there, real tiny dots, those are usually monarch caterpillar eggs. That's how you identify them. Yeah.
Okay. This is tuberosa, you said?
Yeah, tuberosa butterfly weed, it's called, but it's a great Asclepias tuberosa milkweed. And it'll be, again, if it rains a lot, they'll be in bloom for a while.
Coreopsis has set in.
Yeah, this is one with really special. It's called Plains Coreopsis.
Plains or
Plains lives out on the plains.
Okay, right.
In other words, it's from here to the west, whereas a lot of them are here to the east coast.
Right.
But people have these in their yards. They're so beautiful.
Yeah, they are.
But these are growing wild and have been growing in that same area for years, and it's on a kind of a wild spot. Till next time.
Till next time, folks.
Do your part to help keep water clean, the air pure, the woods green. Hi, John Rule. Look at this box turtle. Hadn't he got a really wonderful shell? More
it doesn't
complex.
Look injured or anything.
Oh, no, he's very healthy. He's going to show his face here in a minute. Look at that.
They're beautiful.
Yeah. I got lucky zooming between the leaves and stuff.
Doesn't have red eyes, maybe it's a female.
Oh, I thought he might have. He's surely got a lot of red on his face, but his eyes are toward red. But I've never figured, I don't I
You
don't
don't
see their
count on
faces
that.
enough.
You always check the
Check,
undershell.
yeah, so I'm not sure. This guy's a brown-bodied,
Probably an 8-spot skimmer.
yeah, and here's a black, looks like a fly with, when its wings are open, but it wouldn't
could be
open its
one of
wings.
those wasps with a
Some,
boring
yeah, you may be right, it
anterior,
could be a
yeah,
kind of wasp.
ragged orchid.
Yeah,
Right,
been seeing those a couple of weeks and or 3 now, I've seen them.
right.
And there's was a
Samson snakeweed here.
not yet.
What was the-
No,
what was-
this is
What?
when you bend it,
Oh, obedient plant.
Yeah.
Obedient
and
plant.
that's a tall plant. There's a bunch of them,
There's
together.
a bunch.
and
Very noble.
there's Samson's snake.
Samson snake root.
Yeah, and that's
And I hope I'll know it the next time.
well. I hope I know it next time.
And that is spiderwort.
Yes, sir.
And bending from the side.
Uh-huh.
And then that
And
kind of
here's-
fooled me.
Here's a Venus
Looking glass.
looking glass.
I don't understand that name.
Well, I can't explain it, but there's some part that's silvery.
Right, well,
And,
that's
you know, a
something,
guy looks at it under a
reflection.
microscope
I
and
see.
sees close-up view,
I guess.
studies it, they gotta give it a name.
Right.
100 years ago, it's Trianthus, Trianthes or something.
Coreopsis family.
Mm-hmm. And this 90-something-year-old veteran from
Oh,
World
boy.
War II, he told a great story, and I have it on YouTube.
That's great. I'm glad you did.
And also at the senior center, this
Right.
lady's daughter came to visit. She carries meals on wheels.
Right.
See in the middle, the white spot, that's the
Yes, it's opening.
seed pod hadn't
Seed pod
opened.
opened.
No, the light was too bright on part of it.
I see.
And
And this is purple.
Asclepius purpurascens, and
Crawfish tower.
it looks like it'd hold a pretty big
it
crawdad,
does,
but
it does.
it was close up,
Yeah.
zoomed down. And Jake here is on the Regional National
One of your
Cemetery
veterans.
board, and I took him
Right.
with and without glasses and cap, so
I
you could
see.
get a better view of him. And this is the oldest gentleman on there. One before him was the vice president.
Yeah.
And this guy is wearing his Ducks Unlimited shirt, and when he turns around, then you see he's wearing a Illinois River watershed.
Oh,
thing.
good.
And this is also from down at the Legion Hall. They built a new patio out front, and it opened last weekend, and now it's open.
Right.
You know, a few days a week. They have a schedule, what time of day and so forth.
Yeah.
You can sit out there and eat.
Black-eyed
and visit.
Susan.
Uh-huh. And these are popular and beautiful, and I can't tell you when you got a brown-eyed Susan or a black-eyed Susan,
It's a big-
unless I
big
have the
family.
great pictures side by side, and
Right.
you might could tell the difference. John, thanks for being here. Till next time, do your part to help keep the water clean, the air pure in the woods.
I'll try.